Hi, this is Die and Retry here. So this is a new channel, relatively new channel that I opened up. I just wanted to share some of my opinions for the Overwatch event that's coming up. Really, I was actually I know there's going to be we all know there's going to be a new map that's coming out, but I did not. I just noticed that this came out right now, actually, the letter. So there's this person named Asa Yamagami, and she's basically writing a letter to her husband Toshiro, and I thought it was very interesting. And now I'm not gonna read it for you guys. You guys could go to the website and you could read it on your own. But there's just a couple of things I wanted to point out. Now, just one thing here, for example, she's clearly someone who's keeping the peace, someone who's working for the Hashimotos. Hashimotos seem to be like the rivals of the Shimada clan. As a matter of fact, looks like they just took over, and they're the ones who are controlling her city. So she calls them our masters, with quotations right here, and apparently they took her husband against his will, and he's working for them. Now, what's happening here is that she's writing a letter, and she talks about something, like a few things that I thought was interesting. She starts talking about the winter, about how she remembers the first thing when they took her husband away from her. It was on a winter day, and winter usually signifies death, signifies something that's things are getting worse, things are not very good. Now, if I'm sure you guys who watched Game of Thrones, you guys keep hearing winter's coming. Winter's coming. In the first episode of that show, I mean, it looks like everything is nice. People are sitting down having dinner. Doesn't look, a kid just climbing a wall. Doesn't look like anything as bad is going to happen, and then he falls, and then things get worse, and people die, and things get worse and worse. That's winter. That's winter coming. Now, this is a winter day, which signifies death. Think when they took her husband away from her, and after that, things got worse and worse and worse. It turns out, she talks about this Hashimoto clan is nothing like the Shimada clan. So and then, but there is like a glimmer of hope, because after that she talks about how the winter is leads to spring, and there's spring coming signifies life. She talks about a warm breeze bearing drifting blossoms, and then she says, hopefully that will give us some little peace to me and to you, to her husband as well. I think this breeze, or this blossom and spring that they're talking about, hopefully is the removal of this new clan. And it's going to come in a form of a revolt against them by the new character, because that's what everybody seems to think it is. So she talks about how everything is in the city, looks the same, but the Hashimoto clan comes knocking, pounding on doors, and they take their share. What this is really is just protection money. They're a yakuza or a mafia. It's the same thing, except they seem to be extremely vicious with what they do and how they do it. Now, this is the first time I think we get the perspective of someone who was ruled by the Shimada clan, who's not part of the Shimada but was ruled by them. And yeah, she tells us that, well, they were criminals, so they're not good people. They were criminals, but at least they had honor and loyalty, and they actually cared for the people they ruled, which was interesting, because basically she sees this new clan as people who just don't care about them, and she actually says that. Now she says that the Shimada, they don't see that her city as just a seat of power. She says here, It's she says they see it as their home. And what came up to my mind is this: the Shimada is like a kingdom, and although the king will persecute, will just get rid of anybody who challenges him, but he still sees this kingdom as his home. He's living there, so he cares for that kingdom, as so long as they're law-abiding citizens. But the Hashimoto is a little different. The way I picture them, they're like an empire, and they're just taking new territory. Because she says when you have many homes, you have basically one has none. So they're like an empire expanding and taking new territory. Now this new territory that they're taking is not something they care for. They don't see the people in them as citizens, as their citizens, because they're not living there. That's just new territory that they're taking for resources. So she says, they're in every city. So just like how an empire has many kingdoms, have many cities, many territories that they're taking resources from, we are nothing special to them, and that's how they're viewed. You're just people. You're not our people. We don't live in your territory, but we want your resources, so you need to give it up. But they're not seen as something special or someone to be cared for or even protected. This brings me to the next point. Even though she's working with them, Asa is someone who's working with them. She talks about how she is taking care. She's taking care of their daughter in that city, and she's the one who is obeying her masters. Now, she calls them our current masters. So it looks like she's hoping one day these current masters are just temporary. She just doesn't say, these are our masters, our leaders, the king, the ruler, or, whoever is ruling us. No, she says current masters, as if she's hoping this is just a phase, a season, just like winter. It will pass, they will go away. That's her hope, but she's not too hopeful, because she starts talking about how there's someone out there who comes out and then beats up the Hashimoto clan, and then goes into hiding, and that person seems to be very quick. This person seems to strike fast and hide faster. Now, the way she's talking, when she's talking about these people who are revolting, she seems to act, like those people, even though her job, she's like a police officer, right? Her job is to put an end to those people. But she likes them. Why? Because obviously the people who are ruling over them are bad people. She hates them, but she has to do this. And she has to listen to her masters because her husband is basically taken hostage. That's number one. Number two, she needs to put an end to this revolt. Why? Because her daughter is in the city. And the people, there are children in the city, and she really loves the city. And she knows, based on her description, the Hashimoto clan is not a type of clan that just investigates which person is causing the trouble and then brings them to justice. No, they don't do that. The Hashimoto clan is the type of clan that just will go and completely decimate the city. They don't care. They're not going to investigate. They will just decimate that whole city. And that's why she says it is getting dangerous in this city. And she's scared for her daughter, for herself, and her husband. So you can't really blame her. So she's basically saying that looks like I'm gonna have to turn my sword against my own people, but she has to do it. And the person who's doing this she talks about how they have graffiti, and you guys saw this. There's graffiti on the walls in the new map. So this is, like, I find it very, very exciting. At the end, she talks about someone who's gonna, luck, someone who brings luck to them. Now, do I think Asa is gonna be the new character? No, I don't think she's gonna be the new character. I remember the time when Orisa was released, and before she was released, they talked about the person who talked about Orisa was Effie, the 11-year-old girl. She was an engineer, and when everybody thought she's going to be the new character because she's the one who's speaking about what's happening, and people were saying, "Oh my God, how am I going to be shooting an 11-year-old girl?" But it turned out she's not the character. She is the one who built the character, Orisa. So she's talking about the character. Here we have Asa talking about the person who is causing all the trouble and hopefully bringing peace. I think this person, it's the person who is striking fast and hiding faster. That's the new character. Hopefully we're going to be seeing it soon. I know that we're not going to be seeing it in Overwatch. That's what they said. We're going to be seeing it on Overwatch too. So if you guys like this video, please like it and share, subscribe. I'm planning to make more videos. I did stop playing Overwatch for some time, but right now I'm back. I'm going to be playing Overwatch, and in general I'm going to be playing a lot of different games. Hopefully I'll be able to share my opinion, and let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Bye.